What's going on? Welcome back to Real World Tool Reviews. I went to Harbor Freight. I thought I really was just finished with Harbor Freight. I've bought, all the good stuff from Harbor Freight over the years. But you know how they do. They hit you with that 30% off of everything under $10 sale. And whenever that happens, I gotta go. And I grab stuff like this. I always do it. And I just love these little microfiber towels, and I was out of zip ties, unbelievably, and I've already used some. I had to stop at a job on the way back from Harbor Freight, so some of this stuff I literally just used. Couldn't even get it to a video for you good people before I messed some of it up, actually. So I always go and get these, and I was thinking I need some more clamps. So I've got a job coming up where I need to clamp a piece of sheet metal on top of I guess you'd call it a trough or something like that. It's where a bunch of line sets for air conditioners go into this big box on the flat roof of this big high-rise building where I work. And I need to put a nice roof over the top of it because it's leaking. So my plan is I'm going to clamp this sheet metal to a piece of wood, and then use a bunch of clamps, and then take some kind of hammer, probably more like this kind of hammer, and just bend it down on the sides, So anyway, no need to go into all that, and I just like these. I've been using these in the shop. I bought these ones. They have these big swivel pads. They're pretty good. They were pretty expensive compared to these ones. I don't know why I didn't think about Harbor Freight for these, but these are like 13 bucks a piece. Now, I do love the big pads. I will say that. They've come in handy. And I've got these ones without the pads. These are Vice Grip. Picked them up in an estate sale. Gotta love those. But these are like $4, and I paid like $4 with the discount for under $10. So they'll do the job. They're Harbor Freight. They're not the greatest thing you'll ever use, but they will clamp some sheet metal to a piece of wood, which is what I need them to do. And I should have got more, but I also picked up the little tiny guys for like a few dollars. And these are just this is a really good tool to have a lot of. So these are going to be in the shop. I mean, just for what you pay for them, they're just stupid cheap. And that's what you got to love about Harbor Freight. This right here is like I don't know, $15 or something. But you go there for the sale, and you get the cheap stuff. Then you start walking around, and you're like, I want that, and I want that. So I got a few more items. I did not have this item. It's a legendary Harbor Freight item. It is the 24-inch, I think. I think it's 24 or 20. Let's see. 25-inch breaker bar. This is a legendary Harbor Freight tool. It's got a nice comfort grip on it, and it's a long 1/2-inch breaker bar. And I couldn't stand to not have this. I think this is a really nice breaker bar. It's just super, super thick, and you can get some serious nuts busted with this boy. That's a silly thing to say. So that right there is, I can't remember how much it costs. Not that much, but man, it's been compared to the Snap-on and other brands on some other YouTube videos over the years. And this thing always comes out, right with the Snap-on and stuff. It's just a beast. You can just tell it's a beast. I mean, I feel like you could really do some damage. Somebody breaks into your house, keep this next to the door, you know. And speaking of vice grips, I was looking at those vice grips and I saw this. I do not have a large needle nose set of vice grips. And man, I'm a big fan of these Bremens. I have a little Bremen pair that's just like super good. And y'all know that I love vice grips. If you've been watching this channel for any amount of time, chances are you've heard me talk about vice grips. Some of my favorite tools, just a really classic tool to own. I just didn't have a long needle nose pair. And these Bremens, this was like a $12 pair, so you know, they're a little more pricey. But look at the finish on these things. They're really good. I think they're made in Taiwan. And I'm just super impressed with the quality of the Bremen vice grips from Harbor Freight. This is like really an impressive tool, and it's a lot better than a lot of other cheap vice grip brands from other stores, you know. Harbor Freight, this Bremen brand, they really make some good stuff. So I'm actually really pleased to have these pliers. I think they're going to come in handy. And I mean, just look at the finish on those. It's really pretty impressive, really nice. And then this boy right here, 4-pound dead blow. Now, yeah, I did that. I just went and did a little temporary dog fence, and I was hammering some stakes, some L-shaped metal bracket things into the ground. It's just for a temporary thing. I was bolting some plywood to it or whatever, and I was in a hurry, and I was just trying to drive it into the ground, and I was like, shit, I just bought this big ass 4-pound hammer, and I needed something big to drive it into this hard ground, and it worked great. But this is a plastic soft face hammer. It's not really made for hitting that style of thing. But you know what's great about Harbor Freight is when the shot comes out of this thing after I've been beating on stuff and it's just ruined, I'll bring it in there, I'll hand it to them, and they'll tell me to go get a brand new one off the shelf. And that's just, the Harbor Freight has its place, and that's what it is. It's just, you can beat the shit out of this cheap old stuff, and it really doesn't matter. And once it's completely unusable, you bring it in, and they're just like, cool, go get you another one, you know. And I love the Pittsburgh dead blows. I use this 2.5-pound one all the time, this Pittsburgh, and it really is not let me down once. This is a good size. I love these. These plastic dead blows, like, man, I didn't grow up with them. I didn't really know they existed until, you know, maybe 5-6 years ago or something. And man, ever since I started using these things, it's like, it just changed my whole hammer game, you know. So this stuff is really going to be a good add to my collection. And then I'm working on a tool restoration right now of some really nice old pliers, and I've really got them shined up and cleaned up really nice. And now I want to take them to the next level because they're a beautiful pair of pliers. And that restoration video will be coming out soon. And in that video, it says, and the next, you know, clip will be after I go to Harbor Freight and get this buffer. So I'm going to really kind of like try to put some real nice polish on this pair of pliers. And this is just something I've been meaning to get for a while. It's going to take my tool restorations up a notch. So little Harbor Freight tool haul. I think a lot of you guys can probably relate to what happened today. I went in there not really knowing what all I was going to end up with, and I ended up with a bunch of tools. So, but it's great to always have microfiber cloth and zip ties. Didn't even make it home before I started abusing my Harbor Freight tools. So anyway, that's why we love Harbor Freight, just to get you through the job and, you know, not hurt your wallet too bad. Lifetime warranty. You need some clamps and stuff, go get them there. I mean, these actually don't even really seem that bad. So anyway, little Harbor Freight tool haul. Thanks for watching.